Hey, and a very good morning everybody. Welcome to the Farm Dream. My name is Raymond and this is the dream. We are now on our land and we're actually starting to work. Nicole in the background, as always. Nicole is always working and I'm always talking. But yeah, we're taking out the border. Today we're gonna plant some stuff, so really excited for that. Yeah, let's just start with the day. We're gonna start the day off by filling in this border with some blueberries. That's the main goal also for today. But looking at how fast it's going right now, I think we can definitely get them in. We're gonna plant about 15, maybe if we can fit them in, 15 of them. And after that, we're gonna go to the flower garden and start working on that. Let's go. The grass is off, so it's actually looking great. We took off the first layer and also took out all the weeds. We're gonna put that all on the compost heap and we're gonna tarp that off because it can still grow because there's too much soil in it. Tarping it off and just leaving it there for quite some time. Maybe we're gonna let the chickens in, not too sure about that yet, but it could be great if we just create a compost heap with the chickens so they can do the work for us. Behind us, right now, this soil is looking great. It seems to be that it's really dark and rich, so we're gonna add some different soil to it, more acidic soil to make sure that the blueberries can grow. And yeah, then we should be fine. Let's go. All the plants are in their spots. They seem to have enough spacing now. So this is about 12 meters and we're gonna put 15 plants in. So it should be all right because we're zigzagging them around. Now I'm gonna add some garden peat. We call it turf here, so I wasn't too sure about the name, but it's garden peat. Just putting that in, making the soil a little bit more acidic. Let's do that right now. So to do this, we're just gonna grab a shovel and create a hole for the soil to go in. And we're just gonna mix it in. So I just wanna loosen this soil up a little bit and make sure that we can mix in the garden peat. Just gonna water the plants right now. They are looking beautiful. Really happy that we got them all in. They should have enough space, so that's great. That's it for today though, because the weather is gonna change. There's a lot of rain coming, so gonna leave it for now. Tomorrow we're gonna come back and we're gonna add the peonies in and maybe some other stuff because we have a lot of plants that we bought and we have to get them in here. So see you guys tomorrow. Good morning everybody, welcome to a new day. Behind me, the beautiful blueberries that we planted yesterday. I did say at the end of the day that we're actually gonna plant some more today, but Nicole has to work. So I'm actually gonna do some stuff myself. There's one thing that arrived and that's gonna be the water pump. So I'm gonna try and see if the water wells still work. We have two of them on the land and one should definitely work. The other one, not too sure because it's quite old. So yeah, that's for today. After that, probably gonna plant the first raised bed here and maybe get some beds ready for maybe garlic and some winter shallot. Let's go. So the first well is right next to our shed and I topped it off with a little cap here, but underneath is our well. And probably can't see, you're probably able to tell that there is some water down there. So we should be able to use that. I'm not too sure if the one all the way in the back there works, but we got one more on this side, which is actually a new one. The previous owner placed that one, so we're definitely gonna try that one first and then see what happens. It's right next to the bin over here. There you can see the tube. Looks really good, looks promising. Of course, this is filled up, so that does give you a little bit of a hint that it should be working. Now, I'm not really that familiar with these machines. Haven't really used them before. Did some testing yesterday, got it to work in the end. So let's try and set it up and see if we can pump some water. So how I got it to work is basically hooking this up over here, which is gonna be the tap going down into the floor and the water will come out of this side. but we need to fill up this hose and make sure that there's continuous pressure. Also fill up the machine. We can top it off in here, so I'm gonna do that as well. And then we have to keep on feeding the other side of this tube to make sure that there's a vacuum. And when we have that created, we can quickly put it down the well and it should be working. Let's go. So one final thing before we start, earplugs, because it is loud. That's something I learned yesterday. So yeah, let's fire it up. All right, that didn't work at all. Let's try it the other way. We've got a visitor over here, and there it is. Look at that. That's beautiful. It was probably looking for the walnuts that we have here. We have a few. We were actually going to plant them in the floor, but maybe, no, they're still in there. So I thought maybe he already took them out. I can't get this thing to work, so I'm just gonna do some YouTubing and actually search for it, because I have no idea how to work this. So I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so a new try. It is already in there, completely filled up and hooked up as well. We should be able to get it to work right now. Let's try. Nope. Well, I usually figure out what's going on and fix it, but somehow I can't fix this. I have no idea what to do. So if you guys have any ideas how to hook up that pump, let me know in the comments. Help me out here, because I just don't know. You know what? We're just gonna continue with today. I wanna make the first raised bed right here behind me. So let's just have a look. To start this off, I wanna measure out the center of the land, making sure that I have enough space for the greenhouse that I wanna place here. My guess is that it's approximately about here. So let's stick a stick in there and let's measure up. All right, measured out. Almost correct. I mean, well, actually not really. Anyway, this is the center, so the greenhouse will be around here. That's what I'm thinking right now. I'm gonna do a second thing, because I also want a polytunnel, so I might scoop it over a little bit. Change of plan. We're just gonna set some stuff out here, create a greenhouse, a polytunnel, and maybe some raised beds, bamboo sticks and ropes again. Just set stuff out and let's see what we create. When we're exiting the flower garden over here, I want to have one straight path going to the greenhouse to make sure we have some sort of open space before we enter all the vegetables. But on either side of this path, we should definitely add a raised bed. So that's for today. Let's put those two in. Just gonna check if the bed is straight already. Spanning a rope diagonally and then doing that on both sides, and just checking if it's the same size. All right, so that seems to be straight. Now we're just gonna create a no-dig raised bed. Let me tell you more about that. So, a no-dig garden. I've been mentioning it a lot on the channel, and we actually have it at home as well. It is a pretty simple concept, and I personally found it on Charles Dowding's channel. Great YouTuber, great content, and a great garden. It's working with nature instead of against nature, and working with the same principles that nature usually uses. Now, no-dig is nothing more than not tilling your land. Basically, you put the compost on top instead of mixing it in with the soil. You get pretty much what nature normally does. Leaves fall on top of the ground and they decay, and slowly the nutrients go into the soil. So it's basically a layer of cardboard, and on top of that are fine compost. Then after a few weeks, the cardboard starts to decay. And when that happens, the grass and the weeds and everything underneath is already dead, because it's suffocated and it couldn't get to the light and it can't penetrate the cardboard that easily. But when your veggies are there at the cardboard is already soft enough for the roots to just go straight through. Let's set it up. We've got a few sun rays right now, so it's a good time to actually speak to you guys. It's been raining on and off So I've been working on the raised bed. It's been taking some time. I'm putting on 12.5 centimeters of compost. I got it fixed in the front here, only need to do it in the back. I'm gonna finish it right now and then I'll show you guys the result. So there we go, the first raised bed of the farm. I tried to make it as perfect as I could because it is the first, and I just want this farm to be beautiful next to also productive. I'm really grateful and really happy that we have the opportunity to use this land, and I just want to make the best of it. So I just want to continue now. Let's move on to the next bed. Let's go. And there we have it, 2 perfect raised beds. These are the first raised bed on the farm, and I'm really excited that this is the start. It can only get better from here on. We're gonna plant these next week, so stay tuned for that. I wanna thank you guys for watching this week's video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, consider subscribing, because I did notice that not everybody who is watching is subscribed. So subscribe, and don't forget to live the farm dream.